for it. Is this a game where we're going to see the Huskar just run over a side, or do they have ways to deal with a Huskar strat?
He could run over if he just crushes this lane, but I think the X factor could really be Misery, right? Like I think a Nature's Prophet TP, if a Huskar gets kind of low just from a couple cleaves, could maybe be the thing to turn the tide of that mid lane, though. I've seen this mid lane a few times, this Huskar versus Kunkka, and yeah, you usually outlevel and kind of crush the Kunkka unless you get some help. How are these lane setups going to be? So they've got Spectre set up for bottom. Also, by the way, it's a 5-position Tiny, so the only one that they can actually empower is a 5-position Tiny. They can just give damage to the rest of them, but yeah. A little bit strange to see them pick the Magnus also into the Rubik, right? So it gives the Rubik a potential for a much better game for King RD, and I think he could be huge for this team. If he gets this like BKB piercing lockdown, they have so many different ways to set up their fights too on this Rubik. Yeah. Like I think Misery early game, he'll probably be the X factor for this Nature's Prophet just to make sure they can solidify the lanes. But then mid game, I think for Pain, it's going to be watching King RD. What spells he can steal. If he gets just like Shikuchi, he's able to steal an RP from good positioning. Could be pretty massive for them. Well, on the side of TNC, I mean they've got this Huskar that could just run away with the game. They've even got a save for him. So sometimes we've been seeing this Huskar lately without a save. They have the Wyvern, which can actually act as that protection for him.
Also down the line, depending on how the Weaver wants to build. You never know, might get an Aghanims online in the later stages. And you've got that secondary save from the time lapse also, which can be very, very hard to play against.
So we're saying, Misery, he is probably the X factor in the laning phase, and this is what he's trying to go for here to set up his Kunkka for success in the lane. But TNC, they seem aware.
Playing it cool. And not moving the courier down the lane for now.
Treants look like they're going to actually just walk him in and start helping right away. This is kind of what I expected him to do. Just put the pressure onto the Huskar right from the start. Extra physical damage. Anything to try to give your Kunkka a better start in that laning phase. Bottom, let's see. So Tiny Magnus versus Rubik Spectre. Spectre should get some farm down here. It is going to be an empowered Tiny though. So even though it is a 5-position, his damage is pretty good. 77 with 15 on top, 92. Easy.
See, Tim's come over to the mid lane as the Wyvern.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Armel, he can sort of have an okay time in the first few levels.
Yeah, I like this rotation. Just he understands. All right, Furion comes here. I'm going there mid too because Weaver should be able to have a fine type versus Axe. Axe at one point will probably just walk and pull the creep waves into neutrals anyway, even if he's in the top lane. But Weaver, Gabby, very comfortable in this matchup. It's actually like playing these like high base damage heroes versus Axe when you're ranged doesn't feel that bad. Like the Battle Hunger can be a bit annoying sometimes, but Axe only has like one armor. Oh my god.
Archangel, he was trying to, I mean, I guess he was trying to dive on them. I mean, they're not really low HP.
I mean, he got skewered.
Yeah, he did.
Has to be careful.
Cuckoo getting the grab on him. Yeah, he can't come anywhere near that tower, otherwise he's going to get sucked straight into it.
The King RD has to spam Fade Bolt in this lane to reduce their damage, because that's actually the big problem is Spectre has 51 base damage, Magnus has 64 without Empower, Tiny has 80 without Empower. So yeah, King RD really has to try to secure those lasts. They have to like manipulate the wave a little bit too. I actually think pulling like a creep wave behind a tower could be an option. Oh, Courier? Oh, no, Misery. Oh, he was so close. He went the opposite way.
Mid lane CS, even at the moment between Weehar and Armel.
I was saying Spectre should be able to farm down here. I take that back actually.
Magnus
and Tiny it's too much base damage. It really is. And Rubik doesn't contribute that much. He can throw the Fade Bolts to try to help, but yeah, there's way too much base damage. I take that back completely for the Spectre.
I mean, what do you do about this? Can you sort of swap the lanes up if you're Pain? Or do you just sort of have to accept the fact that the Spectre's going to have a tough start?
I think they're just going to accept the fact that and try to get their Axe off to a good one. So he can at least get a Blink Dagger early and try to make plays around the map. Or try to just get tanky early on as RD. Will just get tossed and he's dead.
Alright, 2 kills so far.
This is problematic already. Their Axe already, like we said, he's going to start cutting creep wave because he can't just contest in lane versus that Weaver. But mid's going to start getting worse and worse. Bottom's going to get harder. They have to bring Misery. Like we said, it's a lot based on how much Misery's movements to see how he can solidify their lanes. And now Ninja Boogie, he's actually looking for Tavo here. Gabby's there. He doesn't have... Okay, he does have a Mango. He can use the Swarm if he wants to. He's not using it, though.
He doesn't seem to want to commit with Ninja Boogie.
Oh, now he used it, though.
Oh. I mean, there was 6 stick charges on the Axe, but
Yeah.
Still could have potentially been a kill.
Didn't want to miss all the last hits under the tower, I guess. Yeah.
Bottom, Cuckoo.
He's dragging Misery.
He gets it perfect, but Misery with the TP.
Oh, he lives 20 HP or something, or 12 HP.
That was close. Good play from Cuckoo there.
That was dangerously close.
Gotta be careful. Mid lane.
It's like we said, it's getting worse. It's getting harder and harder for Weehaw. He's getting levels though. He's hit 4 already from that help that he got from Misery at the start, but level 4 is now already on Huskar, so those Fire Spears actually really start to hurt. Level 2 and 3 Burning Spears are really the problem. The lane versus that. The dagger actually off the mark on the Magnus. Are you gonna throw him back? Keep that harassment going. Tavo's got this extra regen at least, but still, like we were talking about, only 2 armor on that axe versus a 86 damage Weaver. Can be a bit problematic as Ninja Boogie's looking to set up for him here. He's got a Mango too, so he's got both spells. Rune's coming out. Weaver's gonna rotate over. So is Misery though.
Ninja Boogie will secure the top bounty rune.
Oh, Gabby ditched him.
Yeah, he totally has. Ninja Boogie does get a little toss, but with the Battle Hunger on him, there's not really anything that can save this time. So tick down, Tavo gets the first kill for Pain Gaming this match. It's now 2-1 between the two of them.
Gabby doesn't even tip him or anything. Oh, Gabby's like, I'm sorry. There's too many creeps in the lane. There's a bounty rune. Apologies, sir.
Tavo, nice and aggressive, popping the Mango there as he did see if he could close the gap for a call. Just quick enough to get away, bottom lane.
Spectre's catching up a little bit in last hits, but he's having to spend so much money on regen, and now...
trouble here as well with the wraparound for Ninja Boogie. Skewer to slow him down. The right click from this Tiny with his tree will secure another kill this bottom lane.
It's a problem. They have Weaver free farming, they have Huskar free farming, Magnus having a great time too, and their Kunkka, he's not really getting much of anything. Now is the time where he's level 4 to the level 6, just like, you know, Gods was saying he saw this matchup earlier, or yesterday, or the day before, and it was the same exact thing when Fado was playing it. This gets far too difficult even if he gets some help. And now rotations are coming. Magnus is sitting down bottom alone for the time being because he's got this Empower, he's got the higher base damage versus Spectre. And they're looking to threaten kills. They spot that Weehaw's getting an Invis rune top. But they're prepared for a kill on him anyway. They want to try. They have a sentry.
Oh, Weehaw's getting greedy with that positioning.
They have a sentry.
He is charging straight in. And that is going to cost him his life there. Weehaw beaten down. TNC continue to have a very good hold of all 3 lanes, coming out on top in CS. This is a rough start from Pain.
Yeah, how's their axe doing? So Tabo at least almost has the Vanguard. How are the levels as well? Alright, the levels aren't really quite there, the Furion. They're going to need the Nature's Prophet as well as the Spectre to get some decent level 6 timing. So when the Kunkka does hit 6, they can like just triple pop ultis and then they can look to set up for kills. But at this current moment, it's already 2k gold lead and near 3k experience lead. This is not the start that Pain wanted at all versus this Huskar lineup, which can just snowball out of control.
Angel. Again, just having to be so careful down there. Anytime sort of Ninja Boogie shows his face, Spectre has to back right up. There's a lot of disable and control between the Tiny and the Magnus. Top lane. They go on to Tavo. Tavo does get the call off onto Gabby. Telekinesis as well to continue to disable them. Gabby trying to remove the Battle Hunger will do so. Gucci off as well will keep Gabby alive for now as he hides in the trees. Tavo getting slowed and hurt by the Splinter Blast. Tims will try for the Cold Embrace, but with the Fade Bolt from King RD, Pain do claim the kill on Tims.
Close to them getting both of them too. That dunk was very close to bringing down Gabby.
Ku trying for a bit of a grab there onto Archangel, but Archangel able to just get himself far enough away. Taking that illusion rune. It's going to, as I say, be a slow start for both Weehaw and Archangel this match. As Weehaw sitting very, very important moment. Only 16 CS and level 5. It's going to be a slow game for the Kunkka.
Yeah. He's definitely going to have a rough one. Their lineup is poised around getting to the late game, right? They've got a Spectre, they've got this Axe, they've got this Nature's Prophet. They just need to get to that point, but right now it's looking very problematic for them. As Misery, he's top. He's under pressure though. Gabby, more than enough damage.
Some more hit, Tavo.
He's got a Vanguard, so he's pretty durable.
Mid lane though, the wraparound's coming again from Ninja Boogie. As Armel and Ninja Boogie take down Weehawk. The life of the Kunkka not getting any sweeter this game. As it's getting to the point where both there's a Tiny and a Rubik in this game that are close to overtaking the net worth of this Kunkka. A very rough start for Weehawk.
Very rough start all around. Misery now. Bottom shows up. They have a hunt. They're going to try to go for Ninja Boogie. They should be able to get him with Archangel here.
Oh,
skewer away.
That doesn't matter if the tower hits was there. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to kill him a turn.
But Cuckoo's turning on him.
Cuckoo's got RP. Oh. Yeah, Archangel has to be careful.
Pump fake.
Stick charges.
And I can just keep the spam going. And Archangel, he's going to get pushed out of this lane. The bottle, bounty runes are coming up.
Let's see. Cuckoo should be able to grab them. Oh, yeah, he's in. He's got it.
He's got the Quelling Blade. Now he might. He's getting surrounded, but Ninja Boogie's here.
They can turn towards King ID with the Avalanche. Cuckoo. Oh, tossed in. Closing the gap. Doesn't want to blow RP for just the Rubik, so we'll skewer to safety. Weehawk was heading over as well. Cuckoo keeps himself out of harm's way. And have the range, of course, to get the X onto him.
They're trying everything they can on Pain to try to make sure that Archangel can farm, but he gets hit by like 2 shockwaves and he just has to leave the lane. Now they're trying to give a bit of experience for Misery. I mean, they need to try to get their level 6s on these 2 supports for Pain to really have much of an option. I think Archangel has to just go top. Problem is that laning versus a Weaver who's this farmed is also very difficult. Doesn't have a place to be on the map as the Spectre right now. As anywhere he goes, he'll just get pushed out of lane. A very early tier 1 5k gold lead, 10 minutes, TNC with their Huskar, with their early game draft. The pressure is working.
Absolutely crushed it so far, TNC. This is a fantastic showing from them in this opening. 11 minutes, as you say. Huskar with his armlet. Cuckoo, 1300 towards the Blink Dagger. Top lane, King RD starting to play around with Gabby, but Gabby's got the time lapse.
Gabby.
Continue to search. King RD with the stolen Shikuchi. Will be fine. Gets himself away from the rotation of TNC.
The playmaking is severely sacrificed so far for Pain because, you know, the playmaking really comes out from the Kunkka early on. But when he gets his lane completely shut down, it makes it a lot harder. So now the next big play for them is get these level 6s on their supports, which they already have on the Rubik, of course, but get 6 on Furion and get Axe a Blink Dagger. Tavo needs to find that space to farm. Archangel just has to play extremely defensively until that point. Just thinking if they can contest the first Rosh, it's going to be coming pretty soon. If they have the Axe Blink Dagger, they can. I think without it, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to really get into that pit.
Yeah, unless they just want to sort of lead in with an aggressive pawn or just sort of have Misery run in. Someone to just sort of pick it off.
Yeah, the thing is that it's like sometimes with these type of drafts, it's like the Huskar can drop low while doing it, but if they have a Winter Wyvern there with Cold Embrace, you can just tank it for him. And bottom,
they get a touch onto Tavo.
Oh, he can't die here. If he dies, it's going to be so painful.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's trying to run, but there's 4 heroes upon him. Cuckoo skewers forward.
And Gabby gets a solo kill on Weeha in the meantime.
Oh, boy. TNC looking very, very nice so far. This 12 minutes in, 9-3, 4K lead. And Armel and Gabby in prime position at the top of the net worth. It's going to be a rough one for Pain to turn around.
Yeah. That slows down the Blink Dagger a heavy amount. They've given Misery a lane, so now he's level 6, but this Nature's Prophet, ideally you want him to try to secure your lanes. It did not happen this game. It was too difficult for Misery to really be able to because of the draft that Predator went for.
So King RD with a wraparound top.
They should be able to get Tim's here.
They've got eyes on him. King RD coming in with a Shikuchi. Tim's?
Give it a Spectre.
Okay, he'll live a little bit.
They got to give it a Spectre. Yeah, they will. They got to pretty much give every single kill that he shows up for to him. Weeha mid. We'll get the boat out, but he's being chased. It actually connects on Ninja Boogie. Will he toss in Armel? He's putting a ward down for it.
Oh, very nice. Getting that vision. Weeha does have the roam on him, though. And that damage reduction will be enough to keep him safe. As he survives, top lane, Gabby was looking for Archangel, but he gets held in place by the Sprout, and that will allow Archangel to get back to safety. Whilst this all goes on, though, Cuckoo finds the space to finish off that Blink Dagger. So Blink Dagger now on the Magnus.
He's got it before the Axe actually finishes it by a good margin. Tavo still 900 gold away. So the initiations already were pretty easy for TNC. Now it's going to come a lot more naturally with this. As Weehaw gets Fog.
Yep. Is found by Ninja Boogie, and Ninja Boogie swiftly tosses him into the hands of Armel's Huskar.
King RD immediately sets up to try to cut some waves here with that Chikuchi. Pretty low on mana though. He only has one more. But he will get that whole wave. So instead, we see TNC. They're just like, okay, we already have Gabby pushing top. We'll go for that one. And Tavo just desperately trying to find Blink Dagger. The rest of the moves just for Pain are they're impossible without Blink on X. They could look to make one if an overextension happens from TMC, but they are not doing so right now. 10 to 4, 15 minutes going to be coming around, so they're going to look to secure those bounty runes. The ping's already coming out. Pain want to secure at least the 2 on the bottom side.
One good fight.
Oh,
getting the Spectre Revolt could do it.
TNC, they want the runes instead.
Cuckoo pops an RP, takes the runes away from Tavo and drags Tavo back towards Armel. There'll be a toss forward. Tavo tries for the TP out, but with the avalanche from Ninja Boogie, there's no escape for Tavo.
And Misery TP down bottom too. They seem to be aware of this. They were pinging him out for a moment, but he is gonna try to hide at least in the trees for a bit. Cuckoo's gonna farm this game. He does not know. But now top, Weehaw getting stalked again by Gabby. Every single time they walk out, TNC just has so much control and such easy ways to pressure now. Weehaw is bottom 4 net worth.
Just throw buff on him and TP's out. It's going to take a lot of time for Weehaw to be any sort of presence in this game. At the moment, really, it is just going to be the buff that's going to be the huge play from him if he can keep the Spectre alive. And the Axe as well, just allowing sort of Tavo and Archangel to do damage in the fight.
They're just not gonna have damage for Armel though. Like their physical damage is already so limited because you know Kunkka, he can do good damage if he gets to the point where he's strong enough. But Weehaw is just so shut down. He's about to get level 10 for that talent, but they're already killing the Roche. Spectre looks like he was going for the Yasha. He could try to get like a little bit of that damage in the early game, but the rest of them, they don't contribute enough. They don't contribute pretty much anything versus this Armel Huskar. 8k gold advantage, and it just continues to increase. Weehaw trying to get any cheap items possible, going for the drums this game. Not something we see so often anymore. We used to see like the double bracer quite a lot. But Weehaw's just trying to get anything he can possibly get as he's 0-4-0 in this game because of that real tough lane that he's put in. RD at least has a Yule's finished. So you see him. He's been addressing the lanes. He's taking the risky farm because he keeps stealing Sakuchi.
Damn, look at that. Dota Plus, we knew it, loves Spectre. But giving Pain Gaming a favorable chance to close this game. Oh, it's slowly slipping away though. As we'll see another catch here from Ninja Boogie. Gets the connection onto King RD with the combo.
Did it really say that? It really does. It says 57% still for Dire. This is a 5. Well, it was a 5-position Tiny, but this Tiny, who's a support, has a Blink Dagger too, so he can look. Set up on these squishies.
It really likes Spectre.
That's pretty wild. They've got Blink on Tavo now. All right, Blink on Tavo. Do they have Nature's Prophet ulti? They don't, but they have Spectre Hunt. So who can he find? Weaver's pretty tanky. Magnus is pretty tanky. Huskar's pretty tanky. Tiny's pretty tanky. There's not a lot of good options for the Axe to actually find, even if he's able to. The next goal, of course, will be that Blade Mail, which they're desperately going to need for the damage. But now, TNC, it's time to control the map fully. Since they have that Aegis, let Armel take all the last 2 towers. And top, Ninja Boogie finds a solo kill. Support Tiny, early Blink Dagger. These heroes are food. Rubik, Nature's Prophet. Easy kills for him to set up on constantly. Archangel just going for full early game. So Yasha into Blade Mail.
Yeah, he needs something that they can sort of maybe put together a team fight together with. Otherwise, the base is just going to get run over. He doesn't have the time to sort of go for those bigger items straight up. They need something, and they need it as soon as possible. Pain Gaming.
They're trying to pressure any type of towers that they can, any gold that they can get. Even if they lose one of these supports or 2, They just need to get some type of map control and some type of gold going toward this. But we see TNC ports to tier 2, setting up so his teammates can port to tier 1 quickly. We see the Magnus already coming in. RP on 2.
He does. He gets the boat for them, skewers them back into the hands of the rest of the team. The boat will be coming out. The Winter's Curse holds them to the side. Tavo getting a good bit of damage onto Armel, but it's not enough. Azarmel will stay alive. Misery tried to TP out, but he'll burn out before he's able to escape. He's dead. A horn comes out from Archangel as Archangel does manage to get himself out of there. Pain Gaming, they will just lose 2. Could have been a whole lot worse.
Oh, they're gonna get the tower denied as well.
Oh, okay. That does make it quite a little bit worse as well. So that tower that they were struggling to find, as you said, just desperate to get some sort of golden objective, it's going to be cut down by TNC, limiting the gold. The Pain will gain from that. Huge lead still being held very strongly by TNC.
All right, Dota Plus shifted now. After that one, it did.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay.
It's like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Ninja Boogie gets the toss back. Weehaw again.
Oh, no. Weehaw. What's the KDA on the Kunku at the moment?
0-5-0.
0-5-0. It's not been a good game for Weehaw. He's been put in a tough position for sure.
I mean, they tried to help him too, right? Like Misery tried to go for the courier snipe. He tried to give a hand mid lane, but TNC, they were prepared. And Ninja Boogie goes for the toss back. Ninja, oh, he actually catches King RD. He's got the Yules though.
It's not going to save him though.
He's not at all.
That's TNC.
They're already hitting high ground.
They are. I mean, what are Pain Gaming going to do?
Throw some daggers.
What do you do about this?
Where's Tabo?
You're losing your axe.
They need
20
Tabo.
minutes in.
Oh no, Archangel. HFN's already giving the well plays.
He is, and that's not a happy well played.
No, has he queued up the Midases yet? No, he's still got the...
And that's when you know he's really
That's when you know
happy.
HFN's really been upset.
As Armel just jumping in onto Misery, takes another. Back to the racks.
They just took... They wrote the time.
What were they writing the time
That's the Aegis timer.
Oh.
So 20 seconds till Roche, till that Aegis goes down, but they've already claimed the racks. 21 minutes.
Oh no, look who they've found outside of the base. Archangel has been found. They don't even need an RP, as they'll just give him the horn with the skewer.
And they're looking for more. Armel walking toward mid. Aegis will get reclaimed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
So
no.
full heal, and they've got wards already placed around the outside the base too. So Pain, they're getting suffocated completely, and it's...
I mean, it really has to be every team's sort of worst nightmare, isn't it? And you're in a best-of-1 knockout game, and then you see a 5th pick Huskar come through against you. It's got to be a pretty rough feeling at the moment on the side of Pain Gaming. But for TNC, you know, smiles all around. You get the Huskar in, you're like, oh, you got a great chance. And as we're seeing from this first 20 minutes of play, TNC, I mean, not just the mid lane, just all across the map, they are playing absolutely perfectly, as Pain Gaming are struggling to keep up.
Yeah, they got the lane setup they wanted. Yeah. They adjusted really quickly when they saw Pain making the moves around. They got their Weaver super farmed. Everything is going perfect for TNC.
You just got to be really aware of these cheese picks in the best of ones.
Yeah, and now
otherwise they can just knock you straight out of the competition.
Yeah, and Cuckoo, he's itemizing, you know, like the ideal way that I've been seeing these Magnuses go for. You get your Blink, you go for like these Guardian Greaves, if you want like a Crimson Guard if the game suits for it, or a Pipe. So just tanking everybody up, and we already saw Pain. They don't have damage in their lineup. They don't have the Blade Mail on the Axe still. And TNC, they're not slowing down. This Huskar has 3,500 HP at
massive.
the 22-minute mark.
Absolutely massive. 8-0-2 arm out. It's down the bottom lane they go. What do they do to get him off this tier 3 tower? The options are incredibly limited.
Everyone's there for TNC. This is the secondary racks.
I mean, everyone's there for Pain Gaming, but everyone on Pain Gaming, even as a 5-man, there's just nothing they can do.
Misery steps up a bit far, has to be very careful. Doesn't have any Urn charges. Okay, they've got Blade Mail on Spectre.
Tavo. He's going to jump in, but there's a cold embrace. Ninja Boogie comes in with the combo onto Misery. Misery falls. Get the boat down and out onto Armor, but Armor simply jumps across it straight on top of Weehaw. There'll be a buyback from Misery, but Weehaw's dead for 45 seconds, does not have the money for buyback. Not that that matters, and indeed, GG is called. They'll tap out Pain Gaming as TNC take a nice, solid, quick victory here in the best of 1, and will be able to themselves continue their hopes and dreams here at the KUALA